Everybody ready? Meeting will come to order, please. Johanna, would you read the statement of compliance?
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the annual meeting notice was sent to the Atlantic City Press, Star Ledger, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, on the municipal website, and filed in the office of the municipal clerk. Please turn off electronic equipment. Welcome to the City of Margate's regular commission meeting for December 3rd, 2020. This meeting is being done in person in the commission chambers and via teleconferencing in compliance with the Division of Local Government Service Regulations. Before we begin, the procedures for this meeting is as follows. All visitors to the meeting connected via teleconferencing will be muted until the public participation session is open. Once public participation session begins, all these visitors will be unmuted. Visitors in the chambers will have the opportunity to speak first, followed by visitors connected via teleconferencing. When instructed, please announce your name and address and wait for the moderator to recognize you before you begin speaking. Each participation session will be 3 minutes in length, and you will be notified when your time has expired. When public participation session completes, all teleconference visitors will be muted again.
Thank you, Johanna. Let's all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the roll, please.
Mayor Becker?
Here.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg?
I am here.
We have before us approval of minutes for our November 12th special meeting and our November 19th regular and workshop capital meeting. What is your pleasure?
I'll make a motion we approve those.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
We will now open for public comment on any subject. Is there anyone in attendance who wishes to speak? Please come forward, your name and address, please.
Carol Weaver, 12 Edgemar Circle in Margate. And this is concerning the evacuation route system that's going to be built in Margate in what I believe is 3 different places, and one of which is in the Margate Recreation Ball Field. And I was curious if the public is going to see some kind of article in the Current or the press that indicates what it's going to look like, where it's going to be built, what the testing is going to be like for it every 6 months. I did listen on audio. I know that, you know, it's going to you're going to have testing every 6 months. It only lasts like 30 seconds. But I'm just curious as to how big it is, where it is, and does Green Acres have any say as to something like that being built on the grounds with a provision between the city and Green Acres?
That's a good question.
And then, are you the person that was talking about the playgrounds? He said that they were going to move the main playground at the ball fields over to Jerome Avenue next to the basketball courts. Mm-hmm. But that a private company was going to be involved in the development of the playground, and that they would in turn expect some kind of acknowledgement, I guess like through signs or something, that monies provided for them, by them for the playground would be acknowledged. And I'm curious if Green Acres not so much allows, but understands that relationship between that private company that's putting monies into the playground, because it is, the Green Acres is a real estate understanding between the city and the state. And I know that their provisions are quite long. And did anybody look into that? I don't think it's
Not-
gonna be an issue, but you should always like keep on top of any kind of, development on Green Acres land.
Rich, are you?
I'm going to try to answer that. But,
Mhm.
I'm not aware of that provision that you spoke of, so I'm not sure where you heard that.
No,
because
I'm not saying there is a provision, and I didn't hear it. But what I'm saying to you is, in the past, with my understanding with Green Acres, that any kind of changes on Green Acres land, and that whole recreation,
That's true, that part of it. But my question to your question had to do with some sign that said that the money was going to come from a private company. There's nothing that's going to be, no
Private.
sign's going to say that this playground was built by XYZ company.
okay,
But
I
there
heard
might
that
be-
on the audio from, it might have been 2 meetings ago, where the gentleman who was involved, are you
Yes.
the gentleman involved with it?
No.
That he's indicated that private company anticipated some kind of public acknowledgement in the playground that their monies contributed to the building of the playground.
I never heard that.
I don't recall that either, Mrs. Weaver.
Well,
We'll check on that, but
Well,
I don't.
it's
I
being
don't
paid
think
by
that-
taxpayer dollars, so we're not gonna
strictly,
take
there's
any
no other
advertising.
company involved in the development of that playground.
No.
Nope.
Okay, then I'm completely wrong, but that's, when I was listening to it, I said, what is this about? Because many years ago, someone was talking about developing some kind of a workout
No.
platform in the fields,
did-
and
we did talk
there was a
about that.
private company that was involved in that.
Nope.
We did talk about that. That was an exercise
Yeah.
setup, but we
And
declined
the
that.
question, right,
Yeah,
and
okay.
when this gentleman was talking about the playground, he indicated that he was working with some company that was helping in the development of the playground, and that what they wanted was some kind of public acknowledgement, like a sign or something. And what I'm saying is,
Okay.
when you do that on Green Acres land, you have to check
Correct.
within their,
And that will happen.
it's about
I hate to
36
cut
feet.
you short, Mrs. Weaver, but your time's up.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else in attendance wish to speak? Is there a motion to close?
Sewell, 22 West Trump.
Oh, Mr. Sewell, you can speak, please. Go ahead.
I can't hear you, Mayor.
Please speak.
Okay. Mayor, last time the focus was the distinction between being reactive and proactive when it comes to being fiscally prudent and fiscally responsible. For far too long, this commission has been self-satisfied, merely being reactive. In many cases, being reactive might suffice. However, it fails to protect and project 5 years going forward. It would jeopardize the fiscal and financial status and stability of Margate. This commission can remain in denial of the absolute need to be proactive on key issues facing Margate. Nothing could be more critical than the need to be proactive to counteract an immediate threat with enormous financial impact. Mayor, you three banditos can put your head in the sand and hope the very real threat will abate. It simply won't go away on its own, Mayor. You three banditos don't plan to fail, but rather fail to plan. Mayor, do you really think the Latino Coalition case will be dropped? No chance, Mayor. So what have you three banditos done to deal with this looming fiscal fiasco? At the very least, this case must be reviewed, analyzed, and a plan devised to lessen the financial risk and cost of this case. To do otherwise invites dire financial consequences. So Mayor, you three banditos must stop sitting on your hands and begin to act proactively to anticipate ways to protect tens of millions of dollars of taxpayer assets. This is what a fiscally prudent commission would, should, and must do. Mayor, what's your problem? Why procrastinate, hesitate, and vacillate? Mayor, do you want this fiscal disaster to be your crowning legacy? Mayor, wake up. Act now, not later. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Sewell.
That was a short.
Questions? Anyone else on there, Fred?
Just Nanette. Just Nanette.
Does Nanette wish to speak?
Say hello,
Merry
Nanette.
Christmas. You have another meeting before Christmas?
Yes. 17.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Christmas then.
Thank you, Nanette.
Merry Christmas.
Is there a motion to close this portion of public comment?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
We will now open public comment on the resolution that is listed on the agenda. Is there any comment?
There is an ordinance too, right? No, that's public.
Is there a motion to close this section of public comment?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Johanna?
May I have a
Please.
motion for the introduction of ordinance number 14, 2020, an ordinance amending Chapter 175 Land Use so as to require electronic submission of Geographic Information System, GIS, data for certain private development projects.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Okay, we have an adjustment to our resolution number 229, 2020, payments of claims. We are withdrawing PO number 2020-00517 for $1,000. So I would like a motion for the authorization of payments and claims for the amount of $2,191,521.58.
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for the consent agenda with the withdrawal of resolution number 235, authorizing the contract for beach badges through alternative methods? That's been pulled. So we have, for the consent agenda, resolution number 230, 2020, through number 234, 2020, 236, 2020, to 248, 2020. May I have that motion?
I'll move the consent agenda.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
I'm done.
Thank you, Joanna. Any other business? John, Maury,
Rich has a question.
Rich?
Mayor, I spoke to you earlier today, and in consultation with Fred and our fire chief or our safety officers relative to COVID, because of the new governor's restriction, and while we have a limited number of people here today, we never know exactly how many people might come. We're going to be forced to have our future meetings temporarily again, not in person, but by remote only. We do it both now, as we all know, remote and in person. But as of this, after this meeting, all future commission meetings, until further notice, have to be remote. So if you have any discussion on that, that's fine, but we wanted to get it on the public record today.
I'm good with that, Rich. Thank you. Anybody, any questions or?
No, I have no question. I just want to make one comment, if I may.
You may.
As is the tradition in Margate, to look at our ball field at this part in time and to appreciate the hard work that our Public Works and Mike McElroy have done. our ball field looks not only spectacular, it looks beautiful and it honors all of our religious beliefs, and I think they did an outstanding job this year.
Thank you.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, thank you. Is there a motion, are we done here? I think we are.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay,
Second,
Mayor Becker,
yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
yes?
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
All right, thank you all for being here.
Rich, we're meeting, right?